So I completed a repo job on a boron freighter. And we have the thief who stole this ship still on board. So I believe the mission is still running. Yeah, and I can turn him in basically for more money and reputation, I believe. So we should do this, but I also want to sell the resources that this freighter was carrying, including the hull plating that I picked up. And we are in a boron sector. Problem is, when you want to dock with the outpost, you will get a docking restriction. And this is just a workaround so that the player cannot dock to this outpost because they have a bunch of important stuff that they need for their ship production. And if you could just dock there, then you could buy, for example, their hull plating. And there is no way for us modders to prevent players from doing that, so you are not even allowed to dock there. But there is a way how you can interact with these stations. I'm quickly gonna teleport into another ship. And then you can select your freighter and tell him to do a trade run. And I want to sell the hull plating, all of it. And he has picked up the boron outpost in the current sector. And if we start the trade run, he is now allowed to dock and sell the stuff to the outpost. Unfortunately, there is no other way, but that's how you can deal with factions. And this outpost is also not buying everything. So for example, it could hold maybe 500,000 hull plating or so. So it has very large storage, but it's only buying up to a certain threshold. And to see those, you have a special menu in the personal console under current sector, station information. And this looks a bit convoluted, but this hasn't been overhauled yet. This menu is still from original Mayhem, but it is functional. You have basically the various stations of the sector with a bit more information that the vanilla game would not give you. So you can see how many ships are currently heading to this outpost. So the outpost has 4 ships inbound, including my freighter that I have just sent there. And you can also see that the docking restrictions are in order, so 0 ships are allowed to dock there. And my traders are allowed to interact with the station. And you can also see the factory ratios of the sectors, what they are producing, how much they are consuming. This is also very useful info, especially for your own sectors. And when you click on a station, you see all the wares that this outpost is trading. And for hull plating, you can see that he has 35,000 units, 53,000 units of hull plating. And those numbers here in brackets, they show you the target value. So they want to have 56,000. So he is importing, and that's why we can sell our hull plating to him. And those trade run commands and all the automated traders, they also reserve the transaction like X4 is doing it. So in vanilla X3, if let's say another trader was coming in who also wants to sell hull plating to the outpost, and he would arrive there before our ship, then the deal would have gone bad. So he would have stolen the profit from us. But in Mayhem, you have this trade reserve system. So as soon as my trader wants to sell hull plating, he signals the station, okay, I'm coming. And then nobody else is allowed to sell hull plating while my guy is on its way. So that's why it's pretty advanced. but mostly designed to be used with the automation, basically. Okay, so let's see. We have a pirate flying around who could become dangerous. Pirates like to focus on freighters. In 0 hour, they are much less prone to attack random targets. They really want to find a vulnerable victim. And I need to be careful with my freighter now, because pirates will always be dangerous to him. So I kind of have to keep my ships together from this point. And form them up into a convoy. This is a solid early game tactic, how you can protect your limited assets that you have at this point. So let's take him out quickly. But he's apparently not interested in us. So maybe he's also just leaving. Our Mamba has arrived in acquisition repository. Where another abandoned ship is currently located.
Boron escort, Barracuda.
And the Boron escort has picked some beef.
Pirate 10 command accepted.
With that engine. That's always good when you find an enemy who is already engaged and attack him, then you are pretty safe.
Command accepted.
In the name of Queen X.
Command accepted. Asteroid.
Okay, let's check the other sector. I'm hopping over into the Mamba.
Acquisition repository.
But we don't have a satellite on this ship, so we have to find the bailed one by just flying around in the sector and trying to locate it. And unfortunately, we don't have a command to tell our freighter to sell everything at once, because he is carrying a bunch of different minerals. But we can tell him to do it once he is stocked. So we want to sell everything. I'm selling the silicon, which is not worth very much. So we would have been better off by dropping the silicon before picking up the hull plating, because we couldn't pick up all. Okay, and the minerals, they are not bought by the outpost, but by a trading station. So let's keep them. All right. Now, what can we do with a trade ship? What's very good are trade missions. And not many players seem to like those, because they are a bit micromanagement intensive, but they are very profitable. So if we check the mission board, we can see that we have, for example, delivery missions. Oh no, it's not delivery. I think it's called provision or something. Yeah, provision missions. This one is not very good. But there are some missions which give you lots of extra value on the resources that you have to deliver. But this one here is just pretty bad. But it also gives very good reputation. So I will keep on the lookout. First we will bring the thief to the Boron authorities and get some bit of reputation. The ore mine alpha in consecrated fire. Which we have not discovered yet, it seems. So let's just get our freighter into that sector. And our fighters are supposed to protect him.
Command accepted.
The freighters in 0 hour have very decent shielding, so they are not as squishy as you're used to. And they can usually escape pirates, unless it's a group, like this one here. In our sector that we are. We have a group of pirates. These are called a pirate gang. And they are always led by a special ship, which is their gang leader. And these ships have a nice bounty on their head. So if we check the personal console, you have a bounty board. And here you can see that this Pirate Vidar has a bounty of 400,000 credits. Which is insane for us now at this point. I'm not much concerned about these pirates because, as I said, they only like to attack freighters. It's not like they don't attack anything at all, but it's very rare that they go after military ships. So in 0 hour you can usually be pretty safe unless you are sitting in a freighter. Which just makes them more believable in my opinion. Yeah, the tutorials have also been improved, so it's just informing us how the gang mechanics work. Because if you kill this leader, then you can scatter his entire group. You don't have to fight all of them. If you manage to kill the lead ship, then the others will flee from you. Which makes it a high risk but also high reward early game activity. To hunt pirates, that is.
Command accepted. Command accepted.
Okay, here's the abandoned ship, a Kea hauler. Another heavy fighter. Fortunately, he still has all the equipment.
Kia hauler. Emergency signal from Harmony of Perpetuity.
And we have another signal in a sector very close to the OCV. So we should go there next.
Mamba.
But we also need to explore the map a bit more. So I will take this Kea. Yeah, I will leave my 2 fighters in acquisition repository. Ah, we just got a the Kea had a bit of map data on it, and when we captured it, we unlocked some sector, probably this one. Yeah, I will leave my 2 fighters in acquisition repository and just start exploring this area more. And for the time being, I will escort my freighter.
Entering system family we.
So the Kea is supposed to find a way, a safe route to the sector down here.
Accepted.
And he is not choosing the west gate, so either there is no way or no safe way, at least. But I actually want him to go through the west gate first. See what's there. And the Mamba can head north.
Entering system consecrated fire. Command accepted.
But I need to keep an eye on these guys so that they don't run into trouble. Okay, so where is this ore mining station?
Computer plant alpha.
I have added the video goggles to all ships by now. So it's probably this one there.
Boron border patrol Cola camp. Command accepted.
We are flying ahead to clear out the pirates.
Pirate Tenjin. Command accepted. Target is now in firing range. Command accepted. Pirate Tenjin Sentinel. Command accepted. Pirate Tenjin. Target is now in firing range.
You've wrecked my shield! You're going to get it. In the name of Queen Atreus and the Kingdom of Boron, we thank you for your valuable assistance. As a reward, you get 5,000 credits. I can't take any more of this. Give me a chance.
Oh, and this Tenjin also had a bounty on his head, so this was a small pirate gang. Very nice.
Command accepted.
Yeah, I can't stress this enough. In the early game, you really have to be careful where your ships are going. You have to keep an eye on them and help them to clear pirates.
Command
You're really supposed to go slow and steady
Command accepted.
and think about what you're doing.
Autopilot off. Silicon mine alpha.
Once you have a sector, it's very easy to replace ships, especially in version 2.0. But this early game is really a bit tricky. Okay, this is the jail where we have to put the thief. He can mine himself to death once we deliver him.
Docking granted. Command accepted. Command accepted. Command accepted.
Okay, and the KR can try to find a route to this sector. When you have vision of an isolated sector like this, you can send a ship, tell a ship to fly there, and he will uncover a bunch of sectors in a row. So this is very useful to uncover large parts of the map with minimal work, basically, from the player's end.
Command accepted.
Okay, our Barracuda is not very strong, so we can also send him to fly to the Argon sector where the remnant signal was, the next signal.
Solar power plant. Alpha.
We also have a trade mission in this sector. I think I'm gonna take it. So the only difficulty for these is that you have to provide different types of resources. And finding those is the challenge, but it's mostly a bit of legwork and you're getting a high reward.
Dolphin. Autopilot activated. Command accepted.
And as you can see, even with all those pirates around my Mamba, it's pretty safe. And they are not really interested in it because there's nothing to be gained. It's not carrying any resources. So they are not attacking him. Let's get into a line formation with our freighter.
Command accepted.
And our KEA has also discovered a bunch of abandoned sectors, which are looking very decent from the sector stats at least. So this area is definitely a candidate to become my first sector, somewhere one of these. This one has very high population. This one has high station support, and 4 planets is also very good for terraforming. And this one has high sun intensity, high research, and high population. And I'm leaning towards this one, which has kind of the best mix of them. So Rolk's Fate is the best sector we have found so far to start our empire. That's good to know.
Mission completed.
And we got a nice bounty for the thief that we delivered. So let's try to find those provision goods. We need Chelt's meat, sea rations, microchips, and protein paste. And this sector has 2 chip plants, so let's start with the microchips. I'm just docking to the closest station. For these provision missions, it's usually not required to find a good price. So you can just go to the factory which produces that good, because you don't need much.
Command accepted.
Okay, so the Mamba has found another abandoned sector, and maybe we can sling him around here somewhere that he discovers another channel.
Command accepted.
Where is he going? Oh no, there doesn't seem to be a connection. He flies back.
Command accepted.
So just map the gates. Okay, so let's say we start in this sector. Then it would be beneficial to raise our reputation with the Teladi. We already have very good Boron reputation, and Paranids are our starting race. They also like us. But we don't have Teladi reputation, so that would be our next goal.
Autopilot off. Dolphin autopilot activated.
At this point we might be able to repair our Pericles. Let's just teleport into him.
Entering system. Menelaus's paradise.
Tell the arrow to protect the
Command accepted.
dolphin.
Pericles.
And we can take the Pericles and maybe do some more missions. We have a satellite mission for the Teladi. And now we do have the money to buy satellites. So let's find a sector where we can buy satellites. Nobody is selling much, but we can still try to find a factory. No, nobody here. So let's just continue and explore.
Command accepted. Entering system. Dana's chance. Autopilot off. Xenon Terraformer N. Target is now in firing range. No aim.
Yeah, we are way off. This entire area is way too abandoned for my taste. Let's go here.
Menelaus's Paradise. Command accepted. Command accepted.
Whoa, this sector is also very good. It's even better than Rourke's Drift. But it's also pretty close to the OCV Maelstrom. So this would definitely be a more risky option. But it's worthwhile to explore this area and see what's around us. If we have a strong faction in the area, then we might be able to go there and have them shield us from the OCV, basically.
Entering system Menelaus's Paradise.
No more gates in Grand Exchange.
Command accepted.
Then let's just go to Freedom's Reach and try to find a way to cross here. So this entire area is definitely what I'm interested the most at this moment, because it's close to the Borons and the Paranet, which are the two factions where I have the highest reputation at this point, and the sectors in this area are not very decent in my opinion.
Command accepted. Command accepted.
Okay, there's another sector here. Our Dolphin has docked. We need 99 microchips.
Microchips.
And then Chel's meat, sea ration, and protein paste. Let's go for the protein paste.
Entering system Eonimus Zura. Command accepted. Autopilot off.
Bunch of pirates in our way. And they have started shooting, so good that we have reached the gate.
Entering system Gamma.
Yeah, I really would like to find a satellite factory.
Command accepted. Command accepted.
But no luck so far.
Autopilot off.
Okay, the protein paste is ready.
Protein paste.
Then let's go for the shelled meat.
Docking granted. Command accepted.
Here is a satellite factory, so let's dock.
Docking granted. Command accepted.
We could already start to place a few satellites in these boron and peronite sectors. This helps us to find pirates, and then we can set up fleets to hunt those pirates and grind lots of reputation.
Entering system CO's Buckzoid. Command accepted.
Okay, Chelsea meat. 219.
Chelt meat bought.
And then we only need the sea rations.
Entering system Aladna Hill.
So let's just tell our miner to buy trade run by sea rations.
Command accepted.
And he will do it on his own. So we hit a dead end after these split sectors. That means we could stumble across Xenon or Karg, or worse. And I don't want to make the same mistake and send my squishy Pericles too far out. So let's just head back. and go the other way. Oh, and we have another freighter, and a very good one at that. The Bragi is a advanced Terran freighter. Let's capture it with our Barracuda.
Command accepted.
And we can buy some satellites.
Signal from 3 worlds.
Let's buy like 8 of them.
Advanced satellite bought.
And I believe we have a satellite mission in Elysium of Light. So let's get our Kea to that sector. Elysium of Light. Do we know this sector yet? Ah, it's up here. Okay, let's just tell the Kea to fly safe to Elysium of Light. The Dolphin has bought the sea rations and he is docked at a trading station, so we can sell our minerals.
Green mineral sold. Orange mineral sold. Purple mineral sold. Red crystal. Red mineral sold.
And then send him to the provision mission, the solar power plant Alpha and consecrated fire.
Docking granted. Command accepted.
And our Bragi can just
Command
retreat to a safe station for now so that he doesn't get picked up by pirates. And the Barracuda can continue to discover
Command
what's
accepted.
down here, closer to the OCV. Oh, and we should have gotten a new remnant signal in 3 worlds.
Entering system. Meton's refuge.
3 worlds is up here. And the closest ship that we have in the area is our Mamba. So let's tell him to fly safe to 3 worlds. So at this stage, it's very useful if you send your ships out into multiple directions. That way you can discover more and you can reach the abandoned ships very easily.
Entering system. Barkha's son.
Yeah, the Bragi has lots of cargo space. And I want to use this ship to pirate other freighters and just steal their stuff. But the problem is when you have a freighter which is very isolated, like the Bragi, which is in this sector, and we only have the Barracuda here, then he is very vulnerable. If some pirates show up, he can only flee, basically. But the Bragi is also one of the more well-armed freighters, so he can also defend himself. But once we have this mission here with the Dolphin, I want to combine my fleets, my freighters, which just makes it easier to protect them.
Entering system, dark waters.
This sector is also decent. But the population stat is not very good. But I kind of want this one.
Mission completed. You are being promoted.
If the surrounding area is safe. Let's just map the gates. And send our Dolphin. Or we just send our combat ships. Yeah, we let the Dolphin dock. The solar power plant. And our fighters, they will escort the Bragi out of this area.
Command accepted.
Our Kea is heading up north to the Teladi sector where we have a satellite mission. And our Mamba is off to collect another ship.
Entering system, Aldrin. Command accepted. Command accepted. Command accepted. Command accepted.
And the next abandoned ship was a freighter.
Command accepted. Command accepted.
Bailed ship.
Command accepted.
I will take it.
Emergency signal from Meton's refuge.
And we have a ship in Meton's refuge
New mission received.
that I didn't see. So let's teleport into our arrow.
Entering system. Friars
And send the Pericles to search for the next abandoned ship.
Command accepted.
So the Cutlass was also an abandoned ship apparently. Oh no, it's damaged. Must be a bailed one. So the Snotra, it's also a decently shielded and armed freighter, so it can operate on its own for a while, but I still want to get him to safety, so just
Docking granted.
dock to a random factory. And the Mamba can try to find a way to cross this area here.
Command accepted.
Maybe uncover some more sectors. So I'm hopping into the new Cutlass.
Entering system. Menelaus's oasis.
Arrow is supposed to go
Command
to the
accepted.
Dolphin. Barracuda can continue to explore.
Command accepted.
So I told him to map the gates in Zod's Dominion, but there's only a north gate. So apparently this Argon area is cut off from the OCV. There is no way to the south. So this sector could be safer than it looked first. And it has really decent stats. Even when the Argons are not my preferred allies. Let's repair the Cutlass.
Debris. Cutlass.
I believe the Cutlass is very fast. Not really.
Command accepted.
So our next goal is to combine our freighters. Our Bragi is still in this sector, the Dolphin is waiting here, and our Snotra is up here, but it can stay there for a while. I mostly want my Bragi in this central area, and then when we will go to pirate some freighters and steal their stuff.